I didn't think like that. I'm just saying. I just know. And listen, I just think it was probably about 40%.
Wow. And today you see him at 100, back to 100.
Hey man, he putting the work in. And he was listening. He's been putting the work in. He's putting the work in before. But I think that with him, he probably feel like he got to prove a little something more. You know, for this, I mean, like people had these questions, and he's coming up to getting his deal, his undisputed deal too. So you know, he's like, it's refocus.
Mm-hmm. Now, I spoke to a couple of his sparring partners, and they said this is the best version they ever seen. Most motivated version. He got smarter. They feel like he got quicker. You know.
Right.
Do you see an improvement that wows you from what you used to? Is there any moments that's?
But really, what it is too is that his power is like that's really what is like that makes a big difference. Power. And take everything out of a guy. Like a guy can be fresh, and when he's punching hard, I mean, like in 2 rounds, that guy be tired, depleted, like can't really, you know. So yeah, I mean, it's the power, man. It's like we were talking about it yesterday. I was like, man, it's that power. And then after they come down and do it again, they kind of pull back off of it.
Now, what's the biggest difference? Is it that you seeing his power being delivered? Because like I said, his strong partners, they like
he's been strong before, right? But I think that me just acknowledging the sin of difference, like damn. And then I talked to the guys, one of the guys trainers, he's like, yeah, man, he said that in the second round, the guy was like, he's like, I'm tired, I can't, you know, it was like 2 rounds. He's like, man, I can't go. This guy normally goes to 10 rounds. He really goes about 8 rounds or so with him. And then another guy come in for the rest of the round. It was just like, it's the power. Because he's always been strong, so but like I'm just like seeing how it affects the other guy.
Right. And do you see a different level? Now I know he said that, you know, since the accident and moving forward, he's just been more committed. He found a newfound love for it.
Right.
What's the biggest thing you see? Like you said, you never seen him in this shape, this far out. What's the biggest thing you see?
I think that he really kind of like more pleasant. I mean, to where he's like, he may be a little bit more talkative. I think that, you know, yeah, he's like more talkative. Because even like, he's in the gym, we normally used to would never talk to anybody. Then like when like Frank, I mean, he must really like Frank. Cause I mean,
he rocked with Frank.
You know, he talked to Frank. I'm like, damn, you know, because he's Frank's promoter.
Right.
I'm like, damn, we must really like him because he's like, he with him. You know, he ain't got with him a little bit, you know. So it's like, he realized that he's more, I think he's at a happy place, man. You know?
Right.
You know, he's happy, he's doing good, he's working hard. But at the same time, he's not. We're not cracking jokes and we don't do that. But it's like it's pleasant. You know, he'll say something every now and then. When he was never saying anything before.
Right.
But he'll talk a little bit.
Right. It's not so much of a job now. He enjoying what he doing.
I think you know what. I think it's a job still, but I think that I don't know, man. He's just like he'll say something. He'll say something. It's really not a lot. Every now and then, like he always want to say something funny, you know, or the other guys too, you know. But I mean, that's, you know, but yeah, I mean, you know, I think he's in a better headspace, you know.
Right.
I think, like he said in the press conference that it's like this is second and third time he's getting to do this thing, you know, and coming back from the eye injury and coming back from the accident, which the accident's so far removed, but the eye injury is recent, but he's past that also, so you know, it's like you just see him, man, just keep growing and blossoming. You know, looking forward to it. And listen, you gotta think about this. The best version of himself has to show up for Yordenis Ugas, right? Ugas is real. Ugas is a mixture of old and new. Right? He has the athleticism, Because really, we live right now at the athleticism stage, right? You gotta switch up back and forth and then use athleticism and blah blah blah. But what happens really and truthfully, it changes when you got somebody who really is technical, who has skills. Because athleticism don't take you so far, so that's where you gotta have skills on top of that. But Ugas has skills also. He's a counter puncher. He's, he can move, he's slick, and he's very he's aggressive at times.
Mm-hmm. Now, do you view, because I was looking at the I was trying to just study Ugas and study Errol and Errol's fights and Ugas' fight, and Ugas started putting me in the mindset of, he reminds me of a little bit of Kell Brook. Do he remind you of Kell Brook? His size and how tight his...
He's not as big as Kell Brook, but he's as posing as Kell Brook was before.
That's what, yes.
Because he's very aggressive and he's gonna come and fight. But I think at the same time, it's like, I think they say Sean Porter's not a big puncher. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of guys are not a big puncher, but he's so slick. You know what I mean? That's his thing. He can move in that, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing about it. So you'll see him, just like even with Pacquiao. You supposed to son Pacquiao. He's too little. Treat him like a little kid.
Mm-hmm.
He was too small, so that's how you handle a guy like that.
Right.
You push him around, you disrespect him because come on, man. You let him know really you're the big guy, and that's
right.
That's what Ugas did. Was let him know this is my situation. I'm on 47 pounder.
Mm-hmm.
So he fought in the way he was supposed to fight.
Now, let me ask you this, right? Do you feel that, I get the feeling that Errol has a chip on his shoulder, he motivated, that people are doubting him. Do you feel like that sense that when you with him?
Oh yeah. I mean, I think that he's a guy who never comments on anything that said to him on the internet, right?
Mm-hmm.
But he reads a lot. I mean, he knows what's said about it.
Mm-hmm.
He's never said anything about it. And he taught me about that. He's like, man, don't read that stuff. You know what I mean? But don't get involved with this stuff. But I used to be upset about it.
Mm-hmm.
He had to talk to me, man, don't, I was like, okay, so, and, yeah, man, he really, I think really the thing about it too is that I think the fact that he's been doubted, I think the chip is that he's his greatest version of his own competition, so he's competing against himself.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so if you think about it, he has high standards. You gotta be Sean, you gotta be just be Danny. Gotta be Mikey. He's competing with that guy. Gotta be Kel, Lamont. That's what he's competing against. So, I mean, and everybody seems to say that guy's not alive. That guy's not around anymore. So, okay, well, we'll see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, many people, they question, like you said, his power showing up. Many people started to question, is his power still there? He didn't knock out Mikey. He didn't knock out, Danny. He didn't knock out Sean. So people
boxing him.
Right.
Listen, so this is the thing about it. I think that people want what they want because winning is not good enough. Or beating a guy decisive is not good enough. They want you to beat them up. Listen, man, if life was like that, everybody would be rich. So I think that you just have to. He's showing his, because he can't show his boxing skills. That's too much, right?
Mm-hmm.
What happened to the power? What, I thought y'all said I couldn't box.
Mm-hmm.
I thought y'all said I didn't have boxing skill.
Mm-hmm.
It was like people have to make their minds up because I remember him saying, "His feet, yeah, slow feet, yeah, this," and that's what they said. So he showed them that he didn't, and they still say he does. Like, come on, man.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you can't really win. So I think shouldn't even worry about what they're saying. Just go do your thing, man.
Now we see Yordenis Ugas said that this is not going to be the toughest fight of his career, as he's supposed to be confident, right? And he does very well against southpaws. Did you see that Joe Calzamayor? He said that this is the perfect style for him because Errol is a southpaw, and like you said, people are saying Errol don't move his feet, and Ugas is claiming to be a southpaw. He dominates southpaws. He's great against southpaws.
Well, I mean, he did well against some guys, lower level guys. and like the Pacquiao was a smaller guy. I mean, and we'll see. I mean, everyone is not. This. Everybody can say that, but he never fought an Errol Spence.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody does good on the southpaw until they get in the ring with southpaw. I mean, the one that handles him. I mean, if you just have to. If he believes that, then he should believe that.
Mm-hmm.
But all of them are not the same.
Right. Now, everybody wants to see Errol and Terrence. Yeah. And Terrence recently in an interview he said that he was talking about the 60-40 split and the splits, and then he said that he told Errol and Errol want this fight just as much as he wants to fight. Okay. Is that something that you see from Errol?
Well, wait, listen, Errol, and if you think about it, he said in the press conference like last week, whenever it was, 2 weeks ago, he said that he want to be the undisputed welterweight of the world, champion of the world. So that means he wants to fight 10. He wants that fight. So I mean,
mm-hmm.
That's what I mean. We don't talk about it, but when you hear him talk about it in the interview, he's mm-hmm. not like, I need this fight because he doesn't need to fight. He said he wants to fight. And he said he wants to be the undisputed welterweight champion of the world. Mm-hmm. So I mean that's. I mean, I guess people don't understand what that means.
Right.
Every time we're talking about it right now, but I know you heard him say that when he said it.
Right.
So it's like, right. But we have to reiterate it to people.
Right.
When you heard him say that. Only way you can get that is if you fight who?
Terrence Crawford.
Right. So I mean, I think that the split is gonna be the thing where but I mean, because it's like, I'm not gonna, but like the numbers, I put the numbers up, I multiplied it. You do what you do, and you realize the difference between 130,000 and 700,000 against the same opponent, Sean Porter. You realize the difference between that. I think that the only bargaining chip, because accolades mean nothing. It's all about the numbers. Because the Lakers were not selling out and selling and big for TV or whatever it is, then realistically, they wouldn't be on prime time. Because you could be winning all day long. If you're not, nobody want to see it. If you're not making the networks or the league money, you know what I mean? What we talking about? So I think that's where it comes down to. And I think that's really where, he has to make his mind up. If you really say you want to fight him, this what everything you've done, all your accolades will really work. The biggest fight, the biggest pay-per-view draw was Sean Porter, 130,000 pay-per-view buys at $69.99.
Terrence versus Sean.
You look at that, $69.99. You look at how much that is. That's $9,098,400. Errol fights the same guy at the Staples Center, not at the Mandalay Bay, which seats 8,000 and it didn't sell out. It sells 20,000 at the Staples Center. Did you go to the fight?
Yeah, I was there. Oh, it was packed.
Right, yeah. So, and you look at this, it sells 700,000 at $75.99. Because when you're speaking, so somebody was like, "Oh man, just say 76." No, because the pennies add up when it's millions of dollars you're talking about. So you can't put the penny in there. And $79.99 is like $52 million.
Now that fight says 700. That fight did 700,000, because it was being reported it was 325,000.
Sean Porter.
Sean Porter versus Errol.
But you listen, why you think they keep putting them on pay-per-view if you only doing 300,000?
This is true.
Listen, why you say, man, everybody don't need that. See, some people got to tell their story. Other people don't really care about what the story is. You look at like Fox be all over it. Why? I'm just asking you.
Oh, for sure. He definitely a draw. For sure.
Listen, so if you selling 300,000, it's still more than that. More than 130,000.
Right.
You don't put him on the put him on the show, again to fight another top guy.